You know, if John Fetterman were in your group chat, I want to lay out roughly the experience you'd have. You'd wake up on a Wednesday morning, you'd make coffee, and you'd check your phone. And the senior senator from the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania has sent you 47 texts between 3 and 6 a.m. One happens to be about healthcare costs, where he says, "How should it cost? Free?" Another one is about a nurse murdered by ICE agents in Minneapolis. "Why are now Democrats defending the nurse? Square that." You get one about Jeffrey Epstein, where he says, "Nothing burger. Worst pics I've seen were from Clinton, LOL." You then put down your coffee and you quietly consider unfriending your United States Senator friend. Then you remember he sits in your Senate office, listens in on your Netanyahu calls, and is currently telling his own staff that he should be the 2028 Democratic vice presidential nominee. All of those are real texts that the New York Magazine just printed, all of them. Welcome to the inside of John Fetterman's group chat, where Pennsylvania Democrats have just figured out that they hired the local Fox and Friends weekend stringer. And the piece by the New York Magazine, by reporter Andrew Rice, reads like somebody took the comments section from Truth Social, put it in a hoodie, and shipped it to the United States Senate. So let's get into these texts, shall we? January 26, Fetterman sees a headline. The average American working family is spending $4,000 a year on health insurance premiums. What's Fetterman's take? In this group text to his own staff, "How should it cost? Free?" Followed immediately by, "I don't understand what affordability is." That is apparently a complete thought from a sitting United States Senator who personally voted to confirm Robert Kennedy Jr. to run the entire Department of Health and Human Services. And Fetterman should be running for re-election in 2028 on the slogan, "What affordability it is," coming soon to a yard sign in Pittsburgh near you. Then you've got Alex Preddy, the text about Preddy, and again, Preddy was a nurse in Minneapolis. He was carrying a legal firearm. He never fired it, and ICE agents shot him dead anyway. Democrats spent a week, heck, even now, mourning him. Yet Orange Julius Caesar's favorite Senate Democrat, John Fetterman, in that group chat, in the middle of that week of mourning, and I'm quoting his text here, he says, "Kyle Rittenhouse brought a gun to a protest. He was roundly condemned for that. Why are now Democrats defending the nurse? It was legal to carry both legal weapons. Square that." The difference, Senator Fetterman, is that the nurse, Alex Preddy, never fired his weapon. Kyle Rittenhouse killed 2 human beings. Those are not equivalent positions on the gun debate. Those are not adjacent positions on the gun debate. Those are different planets. But sure, John, square that. Take all the time you need. We'll wait. And I mean, how did we even get here? Because the same New York Magazine piece reveals that Fetterman has been quietly outsourcing his entire Israel-Palestine worldview to a Brooklyn writer named David Dovey Safir, who has, and I'm quoting the magazine here, "no known experience in government, let alone advising members of Congress." And Safir sits in Fetterman's Senate office, listening in on his calls with Bibi Netanyahu, and after every Safir conversation, multiple Fetterman staffers describe their boss as coming out, quote, radicalized. Inside the office, they refer to him, on background, as the senator from Tel Aviv. And some unpaid Brooklyn random with a Substack is currently the de facto chief Mideast policy advisor to the senator from Pennsylvania. Meanwhile, Fetterman staffers are bailing, and rightfully so. Cabell St. John, his chief of staff, walked out on Wednesday morning before this article even dropped. That's the 3rd chief of staff Fetterman has burned through since 2023. The average senator goes through maybe 1 chief of staff every 4 years. Fetterman is on at least a 1 per year pace. And then this part is absolutely, truly bonkers. Fetterman, not being self-aware at all, has reportedly been telling his senior staff that he should be the 2028 Democratic presidential nominee or presidential VP nominee. One staffer in the room responded, "Are you out of your mind? You don't do your job, you can't raise any money, and your entire party hates you." That's from his own people. These are the people that he is mass texting about Epstein being a nothing burger and then floating his name for vice president of the United States. And of course, Trump, the toddler in chief, and his family love this. Lara Trump went on Fox and said, quote, "The Democratic Party should be acting more like John Fetterman." Yeah, they absolutely should. They should be acting more like the only Senate Democrat who voted against the Iran War Powers Resolution. They should be acting more like the Senate Democrat who has publicly endorsed Elise Stefanik. They should be acting more like the Senate Democrat whose own staff describes him as a Republican. John, just walk over there, switch your registration. You'll become the 54th Republican senator, and you won't even have to change your hoodie. Do me a favor, Ring of Fire fans. Drop me a comment. Tell me if you think Fetterman is a Democrat at all, or is he just in Trump's pocket at this point?